Hello, everybody, and welcome to Late Night Football. Welcome to our match reaction show. And I'm in a different location today, so apologies for the two-faced look that you've got going on here. But it's finished. Udinese won, Chelsea 3. A comfortable preseason win for Chelsea, and quite a few positives to take from the game. Quite a few things of areas of improvement, but by and large, I think Thomas Tuchel will be happy with the performance. And I got to point out, of course, the fact that Udinese, I mean, that this Serie A doesn't start for another week or two. So actually for another 2 weeks. So they are still, a little bit behind in terms of fitness and in terms of preparation. So Chelsea are a bit ahead. So you expect it to be comfortable to a certain degree, of course. And you got to kind of point that out that it's preseason, the fact that, it's more about the performances rather than the results. So with that being said, I think there's definitely a lot of things that Chelsea can look at. But I think by and large, there were a lot of performances that were positive as well. I thought Koulibaly played well. I thought Mount played well. And I mean, the midfield, I mean, they didn't really look, they didn't look like they were troubled. The defense didn't look like they were troubled, and I think that's a good sign, of course, to keep in mind. I thought there were a lot of chances that were created, or they got into a lot of promising positions. So those are the positives to take from that game. This Chelsea started off well. There are a lot of chances at the start. Sterling missed one, Mount missed one. I think Havertz had a chance that he missed as well. So lots of chances that, no, if I say miss, I mean they were saved, and not necessarily missed, but they were saved. And so that is something I think that will please Chelsea, is the fact that they created a lot of chances. The flip side is that they didn't take them, and that is going to be something of an issue because I don't think they'll have teams as accommodating as Udinese too often this season. So they're going to have to make sure that they're clinical enough to take chances when they come. But of course, that first goal from Chelsea was brilliant. I think it was a counter. After a shot from Pereyra, I think it was Deulofeu, Pereyra, I don't know, was saved, and then it's like a counter, and Kante just goes on a run, and he's allowed to run, and he's allowed to run. He runs all the way to the edge of the area, then lets the shot fly, and that goal goes in. Kante actually a deceptively good goal scorer, I should say. I mean, I know a lot of people often see him as a midfielder, but he doesn't score a lot of goals. But he's a deceptively good striker of the ball. I think a lot of times teams just let him have a shot thinking that he's not going to score, and then it turns out he actually scores a goal. So he did that here. He's been struggling with injuries in preseason, hasn't played a lot of games. So I think this one out itself would have been good, but to get a goal, I think will give us confidence even more of a boost, particularly now that we're only 1 week away from the season starting. So I thought that was good. That was good for him to get this game time, but also to get that goal for his confidence. I think that was good. Coming to the second goal, and I think Sterling, I thought had a good game. The issue for Sterling is the fact that he doesn't convert chances. He had a shot that was saved, and he had a shot that went on the post. So and he had those issues. Those issues will be there. And even that goal that he scored, actually it was saved. It was a save, but then he got lucky because the rebound hit him and it went inside. So it's a bit of a lucky goal. But sometimes you need those kind of goals to get you started. They talk about how literally you got to have a goal come off your backside and go in. This wasn't quite the same, but it was almost the same thing where it was just a rebound that hits him and goes in. So I'll take it. And I think the fact that it's come a week before the season starts might be a good thing because maybe this will be the start of his goal scoring run because Chelsea will desperately need him to fire. They will need him to fire if they're going to get anywhere. I think they need Sterling's goal. So maybe this will kickstart him. He's still missing too many chances though. So that's something to watch out for. But still, Chelsea deserved a 2-0 lead and then they conceded a goal. And I mean, it was Pereyra should not have been allowed that space to shoot. I know he did very well to get a shot away, but he still should have been closed down more. But he gets the shot away. Mendy saves, and then Deulofeu kind of scuffs it. And then on for Mendy from 2 years ago saves that shot. That goal doesn't go in. From 2 years ago, if Deulofeu had that same shot, same position, Mendy saves it, but he couldn't do it this time. He let it kind of squirm and then it goes in. I know it's kind of difficult for him to get a save on the rebound, but still, I think he should have done better. I think I'll be disappointed with that. I mean, that is something that Mendy is going to have to look at as well. His form might be a concern because the last thing Chelsea want is to have two goalkeepers who are both shaky. I think that's what they don't want. With all the other issues that are going on everywhere around, last thing is not being able to decide who the number one goalkeeper is. So I think Mendy needs to get back in form and needs to get back in form quickly. But otherwise, I think he wasn't tested that much today. So I think he'll take that, and I think his defense did a good job in front of him. Still a bit old though. When you look at Azpilicueta, Silva, Koulibaly, it's all in their 30s. Is something that Chelsea will probably be a little bit scared of and something that they'll need to think about how they're going to do that next season because going into the season they probably will want to sign another center back at least because otherwise that's just going to be a recipe for disaster probably at some point in the future. I think they can probably get through a few games, but I think in some games that might just come unstuck. So that's something they'll look at. And then second half, I thought Udinese kind of fell away again, lack of fitness, lack of preparation. So I think they kind of stopped being a threat as such, and so Chelsea kind of dominated the game. They got into a lot of promising positions in the second half. They didn't create as many clear-cut chances as they did in the first half. They got into a lot of promising positions, but then their final pass was a bit erratic. That the last piece of play was a bit erratic, and that is again something that Chelsea will need to work on. But then they did get that third goal. That was a well-worked goal as well. It's a nice little cross from Hudson-Odoi. It's a simple finish from Mason Mount. Thought he had a good game today. Overall, I thought Mount had a good game and he deserved his goal. Of course, did well for that. But yeah, it's ultimately the scoreline looks comfortable. The win was comfortable. The issue, of course, is the fact that it's preseason, it's Udinese, it's a team that's not necessarily up at the same fitness level, and so there are things for them to improve. But I think some of the takeaways from this game will definitely be encouraging. I thought they created a lot of chances, which has been an issue in the past. So the fact that the chance creation numbers were up was good. The fact that the midfield kind of functioned well again is good. If they can keep Kante fit, I think Chelsea still have a really good chance of finishing the top four. But I think the problem for Chelsea at the moment is that the key elements on that side are not as reliable as they should be. They don't have a reliable goal scorer. Sterling is still missing chances. Kante's fitness is an issue. Jorginho is lost his form completely. Mendy's lost his form a bit as well. They don't have, the defense is old. So there's things there. But if everything clicks, then I think they have a good chance of winning top four. So that's something there. But let me know in the comments, what did you think of the game? If you saw the game, how did you perceive it? What are your opinions on some of the performances, the plays? What did you think? Let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts as well, of course. And please remember to smash like for Chelsea for the win. And of course, do subscribe to our channel on YouTube, follow us on Facebook. Appreciate your support. We're getting close to 800 subscribers on Facebook, so please help us cross that milestone. And we're also trying to get to 180 subscribers from YouTube, so please help us. We appreciate your support. And of course, we're going to keep producing more content. So when you subscribe, you do get notified videos as launch as well. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Goodbye.